Hi, welcome. I'm Kat, welcome to this channel. Over 200 classes to choose from in playlists, the link is below. And welcome to today's class. We're going to be observing and exploring arm actions and outer edges of the feet actions in our poses today. So we'll definitely be needing some straps, having those handy. And let's begin. Taking a seat in Sukhasana. The eyelids closing. Beginning to find and feel the rhythm of our breath. And everywhere that needs to ascend, have it ascend, and everywhere that needs to descend, have it descend, and everywhere that needs to broaden and spread, finds that spreadingness. The breath feeling everything. Attention with breath, through breath, noticing more and more. And lifting the hands and pressing the palms together in front of the chest. With each wave of breath now going deeper and deeper into the cellular chest. Reaching there. Penetrating. As the center of existence. Being with the self. And now opening our practice together with one more. Inhale. And releasing the hands and opening the eyes. All right, let's begin. We're going to take a strap that's going to go around our forearms, just underneath the elbows. So making a loop and having a bolster as well, leaning back on the mat. Finding the right distance, checking, placing it just underneath the elbows, and finding our first Adho Mukha Svanasana. Fingers spread widely, press into the strap with the outer arms. Feel the shoulders broaden. Turn the toes under. Keep the knees bent, but lift the knees off the mat. And then adjust the distance, keeping the knees bent. Lift the heels higher. Keep pressing into the strap with the outer arms, the outer forearms. Lift the sit bones higher. And now relax the cervical spine and relax the face completely. Finding the rhythm of the breath. Absorbing the femur bones into the hip sockets. And then exhale, extending the legs, straightening the legs, pushing the shins back, pushing the front thighs back, feeling the backs of the knees lengthen and broaden. Keep pressing the outer forearms into the strap. And from that action, from that traction there, move the right shoulder away from the right ear, the left shoulder away from the left ear. And then bending the knees and coming back down. All right, we're now going to take our bolster. And the bolster is going to go underneath the forearms so that as we press the outer forearms into the straps, we also learn to press this outer arm down whilst lifting the forearm up, not having it collapse. So I'm talking about the outer upper arm pressing down and the outer forearm pressing out, shoulders broad, lifting, descending. All right, let's try all that. I'm going to tighten my strap up just a little bit here. There we go. In the same position. Already move the outer arms of the upper arm here down. That's it, shoulders broad. And now let's place the hands. Spread the fingers widely. Feel the strap really supporting you there. Keeping the knees bent. Lifting the knees off the mat. Feel the support that the bolster is bringing. Keep the head lifted for now. Feel your legs from inside. Bend the knees, lift the buttocks higher, draw the femurs into the hip sockets. Keep extending those arms, feeling the lift that the support is bringing. Move the upper outer arms down and press the outer forearms into the strap. Feel more and more spaciousness coming between the neck and the top of the trunk. And now lowering the head and straightening the legs. Keep moving the arms towards the hands. And then moving the armpits towards the hips. Be with the rhythm of the breath so that it can travel everywhere. Attention with breath, observing, adjusting, refining. Shoulder blades moving down the back, towards the hips. Keep moving the upper outer arms down. And now bending the knees and releasing and coming out. Okay, we're going to take our mat to the wall, perpendicular to the wall, and continue with a little exploration with the strap and the arms. All right, we have our loop, threading the arms through, again, forearms below the elbows, turning to face our wall, feet nice and parallel, and placing the fingertips on the wall. Push the outer forearms into the strap, feel the shoulders broaden, and move the upper outer arms down. Now we're going to walk the hands, keeping the integrity of those movements, the awareness there, walking the hands up, and then placing the palms of the hands on the wall. Keep stretching the arms as high as they can go, the upper outer arms moving forward, the outer forearms moving towards the strap, the shoulders broadening, and then come and press the forehead gently to the wall. Skin of the forehead moving down towards the nose. Keep the arms vibrant. Feel the armpit area opening. Keep the heels firm, the front thighs moving back. Keep moving the front thighs back and stretching the arms up. The upper outer arms moving towards the wall. Feeling and observing the posture from inside with the breath. And then coming back out. And away from the wall. Okay, we're going to use the wall for our heels and taking a block or two, or whatever you need, for your forehead in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walking the feet back, backs of the heels to the wall, spread the palms, spread the fingers. And come and place the forehead on the block using the blade, the height needed for you. The upper outer arms are moving down. The outer forearms are feeling that strap, and the resistance from that helps us to really broaden the shoulders, to have more awareness there. Feel the shoulder blades broadening away from each other. Keep pressing the heels to the wall, pushing the front thighs back. Extend the arms to the hands. Extend the armpits to the hips. And then releasing and bending the knees and coming down. Coming back to the strap in one pose. Simplify Parsvottanasana quickly. If you like blocks for the hands, have 2 blocks in front and ready. Stepping the right leg forward and the left leg back so that the back of the heel is pressing to the ground and against the wall. Bend that front knee slightly and draw this femur bone in. Fingertips to the floor, the blocks, and now with an exhale, straighten that leg, keeping the integrity of the femur bone being drawn in. The legs and hips moving back, and the fingertips walking forward. Now recreate the feeling of the straps around the forearms, and see how the arms become more vibrant, more awake, more alive. Keep moving the upper outer arms down, lowering the head so the cervical spine has length. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. Noticing if the attention is caught up in one area, spreading the attention everywhere evenly. And now walking the hands back towards the back foot. Make sure the heels are dense and firm, and rest the hands on the dorsal hand. Head down. Upper outer arms moving towards the sky. And then fingertips forward again, preparing to lift up and changing sides. So we started from down here, so left leg forward, right leg back, finding the wall. Bend the front standing leg, make sure the hips are facing forward, and be intelligent in the 360-degree circumference of the left femur bone. And now extending that front leg, keeping the integrity of that action. Feel the weight of the pose moving back, the legs and hips moving back. And from that action, stretch the trunk forward, walking the fingertips forward. Feel the imprint of the straps on the forearms and ignite that intelligence there. The upper outer arms moving down. Broaden the back, lengthen the spine. Relax the face completely. And now walking the fingertips back towards the back foot. Resting the hands on the dorsal part of the hands, the palms facing up. And extending the head forward, the chin forward. Densify both of the heels and keep the weight of the pose moving back. So that back heel should be strongly pressing against the wall, expressing the weight of the pose moving back. And then fingertips forward, preparing to lift, grip the legs, and coming up, and releasing. Ardha Mukha Svanasana with a block for the forehead and 2 straps. One strap around the forearm and one strap around the upper calf, just underneath the knee. So getting your extra strap and leaning back here. Let's place the second strap. There we go. And then let's reposition our first strap. We are strapping ourselves in today. All right, coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana with our heels against the wall. The forehead on the block. Feel the strap in both places now and replicate the movement. The outer forearms moving out to feel the strap. The outer shin calf area moving out, firming, becoming aware there. Keep pushing the front thighs back. Keep extending the armpits to the hips. And just allowing through the breath that intelligence that we're igniting to settle now. The new understandings that come from using the strap. How do they affect the pose? How do they affect the mind state? Keep moving the outer upper arms down. Cutting the outer upper thighs back. And now we're going to walk forward. Releasing the strap off our arms and just having the fingertips on the floor, Uttanasana, with the strap on the outer shins just below the knees. Cut the outer thighs backwards. Press the front thighs back, outer thighs back. The inner groins rolling back. And squeezing the outer hips towards each other to contain the opening of the inner groins. Feel how the strap is helping us to work so much more efficiently. The legs should be burning here. Lifting the inner knees up to the inner groins and then lowering the trunk completely. The hands coming back, resting on the dorsal part of the hands, elongating the neck, dropping the head down, but reapplying those actions over and over again into the legs. And then gently coming up. And releasing. Okay, time to take that into Shirshasana. So blankets for the neck, 2 straps, and wall. Beating back here. In our Shirshasana today, we're going to have the strap on the arms, just above the elbows this time, so no longer below the elbows. And we're going to have the strap around our legs, around our feet, bringing attention to the outside edges of the feet. So you might need to adjust your loop sizes and everything a little bit. Let's get that all set up and then lift up into our Shirshasana. Here we go. Interlocking the fingers, bringing the crown of the head to the floor, and bracing with the arms. Feeling the upper back come alive. Straightening the legs. Walking the feet in. Lift the shoulders and lifting the legs. Press the heels to the wall at first. Roll the front thighs in now and lengthen the length of the inner leg out through the inner ball of the foot. And then pull the outside edge of the feet down the outer leg towards the outer hip. Spread the heels a tiny little bit wider than the toes. And try to curl again the outside edges of those feet so that they come down towards the hips. Keep the arms vibrant, the strap purposeful, helping us to brace more, to lift more. And with the heels on the wall, try to extend each heel higher and higher to the sky. So as you lift the right heel a little bit off the wall and extend the leg higher, pull the right lower buttock towards the right heel. When you press the right heel down, feel the whole back of the leg activate. Keep that engagement, do the same with the left. So continually moving the sacrum towards the heels. Now roll the inner groins towards the wall, but also cut the outer thighs back towards the wall so that there's balance in the inner and outer leg. Re-lift the shoulders. And preparing to come down, bending the knees, the feet finding the wall. Sliding down, keep the outer edges of the feet alive. And then slowly bringing the knees towards the chest. Keep the outer edges of the feet purposeful. And then coming down. And releasing. Yoga Mudrasana, holding on to the upper outer arms, moving the inner elbows forward and lowering the forehead to the blanket. Keep moving the upper outer arms into the palms of the hands and also towards the blanket. And now changing the cross of the arms. Moving those inner elbows forward again, dropping the head down, forehead resting on the blanket. And then lining the arms. Moving the outer upper arms towards the palm of each hand. And moving the outer arms also towards the blankets. Feel the upper back spreading, the shoulder blades spreading, the back of the skull spreading. And then lifting the head back up. Okay, we're going to lie down, Supta Padangusthasana, with our feet against the wall. So moving the blankets out of the way, and we will need one strap. Soles of the feet on the wall, coming down, sacrum moving towards the wall, each buttock connected to each heel, Supta Tadasana. Keeping the left sole of the foot vibrant on the wall, bend the right knee, and taking our strap, placing a loop on the arch of the foot, holding the sides of the loop with the hands and pulling the femur towards us. Keep extending out through that left leg. And now extend the right leg. Hands holding the loop, broaden the elbows apart, broaden the upper back, broaden the chest. And now, if possible, you can take the strap off and with your hands hold the inner and outer foot. And continue Supta Padangusthasana 1. If the elbows bend, broadening. The left heel firm. Keep feeling that broadness translate and ripple through the trunk, through the face, through the skull. And now trying to interlock the fingers behind the heel and really pull the heel down and push the heel up. Feel that new integration of the femur bone. Deeper awareness there. Draw the leg closer. Keeping the femur bone strongly and succinctly connected into the hip socket. And now lifting the trunk up and lifting the chin towards the foot. It finds the shin and then it wants to slide towards the foot. Now elbows broadening. Outer upper arms moving up towards the sky, forward so to speak. Drawing the leg closer. And 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back out. And Supta Tadasana. Bending the left leg. And finding our loop, arch of the foot. Holding the loop. And first, drawing that front thigh closer and closer. And now extending the left leg, Supta Padangusthasana 1. Apply a little extra pressure to the left hand so that it's really activating the outside edge of that foot. The elbows bending to the side, broadening. And from that, the upper back can broaden. Feel the shoulder blades broaden away from each other. The side ribs broadening, the chest broadening. Even the front face broadening. And then, if possible, removing the strap and using the hands to hold the inner and outer foot. Making sure to roll the right thigh in, to not let it roll open. Keeping that right heel firm on the ground. The front thighs moving towards the thigh bones. And then if possible, interlocking the fingers behind the heel and pulling down with the heel and pushing up with the heel. And feel a new level of awakenedness there. Maintaining that, seeing if the leg can come closer, the elbows broadening, the outer upper arms moving forward. Then lifting the trunk up and reaching with the chin towards the shin and sliding it towards the foot. Diffuse the breath everywhere. The inner gaze, drishti, observing, adjusting as needed. And then coming back up and releasing Supta Tadasana. All right, rolling over, continuing with Janu Shirshasana, taking 2 blocks and a strap. So we're going to position the first block like this and making a T shape, the second block like that. All right, left leg extended. Let me move this over a tiny bit this way. And right leg bent to Janu Shirshasana leg, so looks like that. Of course, taking support if needed underneath the buttocks, if the hips are tight. Having our strap and just checking the loop. This last loop we used is too small for me, for instance. So going wide enough that when you hold the loop, you're not rounding the spine forward. Mahamudra, the spine is long, the front chest, the cellular chest is lifting. Making sure that you have enough distance in the loop for that. Placing it on the arch of the foot. Pull with the hands, push with the foot, and press the front thigh down. As the elbows bend, feel the broadness coming to the upper back, to the front chest. And as we move the shoulder blades down the back, feel the cellular chest lifting. All right, moving into stage 2, we're coming forward, trying to keep that length that we've experienced in the front spine and pulling ourselves forward, the elbows broadening to the side, the upper outer arms moving towards the mat, shoulder blades down the back. Chin moving forward. And now we're releasing the strap and reaching for the block with our hands, pulling, making sure that the outside edge of that foot is active, is vibrant. Feeling the femur coming in. And now lift those elbows so they're not dropping. Keep lifting the elbows and broadening them apart, but encourage the upper outer arms to move down so that the shoulders don't hunch. And diffuse the breath everywhere. Resting in all of that awareness. Rising back out and changing sides. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit here. Right leg extended, left leg into Janu Shirshasana, of course taking the height that is right for you. Loop, doubling up, And finding the arch of the foot. Now it could be that on this side you need to make the loop a little bigger, smaller. Remember, we have uneven sides. I have a little scoliosis, so I definitely feel a difference between each side. Push forward through the inner foot and pull with the hand on the strap on the outer foot, igniting that intelligence there. Press the front thigh down. Lift the chest up. As the elbows begin to broaden, don't have the upper arms close to the side ribs. Lift the elbows up, broaden them, and let that broadness come to the trunk as well. And slowly coming forward to stage 2, keeping the awareness of that length expanding. More and more length, even though we're coming forward. Lengthen the front spine. The muscles of the back are flowing down the back and broadening as we come forward. Elbows broadening, lifting the inner elbows, but moving the outer upper arms down. Carefully watching the arms, the shoulders, the neck area. And now releasing the strap and reaching for the blocks, extending. Pull with your hands on the block and push with the foot against the block. Feel the new vibrancy in the legs. See how you can maintain that as you continue to come forward. The waists lengthening. If the elbows are able to bend, broadening them and lifting them up so the forearms get that lift, but the outer arms are moving down. Now relax the root of the tongue and have smooth and even breath travel with the breath, observing all of the richness of the inner and outer pose. Letting the mind be filled with that. Hands then, fingertips to the floor as we slowly emerge and ready for Paschimottanasana in the same way, using these 2 blocks, the wall and our strap. Widening the buttocks apart. Finding first Dandasana, rolling the outer upper arms back and the front shoulders will follow. Now lift the cellular chest, lift the chin to help that awareness come, that opening come. Press the front thighs down. And now taking the strap, and as we place the strap, try not to collapse and make this area smaller. So reaching forward with length. Adjusting the loop as needed so that this isn't happening. No C shape, so go as wide as you need to so that you can really sit up. The muscles of the back are flowing down the back and the entire front spine is lengthening up from the pubic bone to the belly button to the solar plexus through the sternum, lifting. Pull with your hands on the strap, activate those outer feet, moving them towards the hips, press the heels down, the front thighs down. Now feel the inner groins rolling towards the earth, and then cut the outer thighs towards the earth as well. Having that balance, that stability now, as we extend forward. The elbows broadening, the inner elbows lifting, the upper outer arms moving towards the ground, the trapezius muscles going down the back so that the cervical spine is unfettered, it's long, it's tension free. The brain is cool and quiet, but the actions of the body are strong, are clear, are purposeful. And now reaching with the hands for the blocks and pulling, activating, lifting the elbows up, outer arms down. And as you pull, push with your feet and iron the front thighs to the thigh bones. As you get longer, keep that broadness everywhere. And then releasing, and back up. Okay, let's take that into Sarvangasana. So gathering whatever it is you like to use for Sarvangasana, could be a chair, could be 2 bolsters, could be blankets, and a strap for our feet. And let's meet back here. Ready for our Sarvangasana. I'm using 2 bolsters instead of blankets underneath. We're going to use the wall for the back foot when we come into Ekapada, Sarvangasana and Halasana. So just making sure that you are the right distance from the wall for you. And then we have 2 straps. One is for the feet in the beginning and one will be for the arms. We need to change the loop, of course. The one for the arms, inner armpit to the inner armpit. And just having that ready on the side for when you need it. And then the legs, the feet. So just checking here. If you go too wide, it's tricky. So just that right distance where you are actually hip distance apart. All right, let's come into it. Positioning ourselves. And then rolling the feet over. Can use the wall here for a little extra support as we take the other strap and put our arms through. Roll each shoulder back. Make the elbows dense and move the actual shoulders, the right shoulder away from the right ear, the left shoulder away from the left ear, so that you really feel that your arms are like arrows extending away and pressing down. And from that, the back body can start to press in and up. When you feel that everything is right, bending the elbows and placing the hands on the back ribs, straightening the legs, drawing the femurs in, and then lifting the legs up and finding Sarvangasana. See how the strap really helps connect us to our feet, all the way through the length of the legs, to the feet, to the details of the feet. Lengthen up through the inner foot and pull the outside edges of the feet towards the hips. Press the front thighs to the thigh bones. Roll the inner groins to the back. And now find the outer edges of your thighs and also cut them back so that there's balance and evenness in the legs. Remember the strap around our outer calves in Adho Mukha Svanasana and Uttanasana. Recreate that here and see what that adds to your understanding, to your experience of the legs.
Try to get the hands higher and higher at the back. And as much as the body is activating and places are waking up and making connections, the face is equally softening. The brain is equally softening. We're awakening a different type of energy, not from the cerebral brain area. Long forgotten knowledge. Keep the elbows dense. The upper outer arms moving down towards the blankets or bolsters. And now lowering the legs so that the feet can find the wall. And remove the feet from the straps. Lifting the left leg up to Sarvangasana and lifting the right leg up. Finding Sarvangasana with the feet together, the big toes touching and the heels very slightly apart. Ekapada Sarvangasana. Lowering slowly so that you can observe the movement from inside. Keeping the balance of the legs as we come down. And place the sole of the right foot to the wall. Outer edges of the feet alive. Femurs coming into the hip sockets. Upper outer arms pressing down. And then back up, Sarvangasana. Changing sides, left leg lowering, keeping the inner and outer balance of the legs as you lower and find the wall with the sole of the left foot. See if the hands can come higher at the back, the outer arms pressing down. Keeping the hips as stable as possible. Grip the legs. And now we're going to lower that top right leg to the wall. Spread the feet apart, hip distance apart. Roll the inner groins to the sky and cut the outer thighs also to the sky. Feel the front thighs move back, feel the balance of the legs, the femurs coming into the hip sockets. And now just extend the arms, don't interlock the fingers, just extend them, the strap is holding them parallel. Wrap the muscles of the arms around the arm bones, wrap the muscles of the legs around the leg bones. Press the upper outer arms to the floor and feel the back ribs lift up. And diffuse the breath everywhere. Just a few more breath cycles. And then we can bend the knees a little bit and reach back and take the strap off our arms. Unrolling. Nice and gently. And bending the knees. Feet slightly turned in, inner knees resting against each other. And just resting with the upper back, the neck and the head on the bolsters, holding on to our outer arms. Long, soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations.
Changing the cross of the arms. Make sure that the sacrum is moving towards the heels. You have to tilt the pelvis, which is why it's helpful to have the inner knees resting against each other. And in this way, the abdomen can soften towards the lower back. And then rolling over and coming back up. Supta Baddha Konasana next. So a bolster, a blanket, 2 straps and 2 blocks. Meeting back here. Alright, Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm laughing because the upstairs neighbour has just begun to start her piano practice and she's been playing the same tune for 3 months. So I'm wondering how we could inspire her to extend her repertoire. Anyway, here we are. We have a blanket for the neck and head, which can also be folded like that, thicker wedge, as needed. Our blocks here for the outside edges of our legs, and even if you're really open, have them here. They don't have to go underneath, but just having them touch there is delicious. 2 straps, bringing the legs to Baddha Konasana. First strap on the first leg, making sure that you can pull the buckle, the strap towards you so that you don't end up struggling if you want to tighten or loosen. Bring it right in. And then the same goes for the second strap. Tightening up. And we're ready to come forward. Placing the hips and buttocks on the ground, and you see that we have a little more give here, so we can tighten up a little bit further. If you like the blocks under the thighs, this is the time to choose it, choosing the edge that's right for you. As we come down, we move the sacrum towards the heels. The anal mouth wants to face, as much as possible, the heels. And then pulling our blanket in and extending the arms diagonally out to the side. Turning them so that the entire arm is spiraling from the root of the arm, and as that spiral ripples down the arms, the little pinkies are moving towards the thumbs. That's the final expression of the spiral of the arms. Now for those of you who don't like to have blocks because the legs are open, so you're just going to move the blocks in so that they're touching the outer thigh a little bit right there. And you'll see it's really subtle but really penetrating. And now that everything is comfortable and adjusted for the needs of our vehicles today, let's go ahead and close the eyelids. Soft, smooth and even breath cycles. With each breath cycle, notice our attention becoming more and more subtle, richer, noticing little details, adjusting, refining, so that everything that needs to be broadening is broadening. Everything that needs to be ascending is ascending. And everything that needs to be descending is descending. Coming back to the center chest and trying to reside more and more from there to reach, to be in there. The pose emanating from that point. Long, soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. The limbs releasing completely. Feeling that deep pacification in the legs, in the arms, in the throat, in the face. And then preparing to come out. And taking all of that into a shavasana, which really feels just perfect right now. We're so ready for it. So we'll use the bolster underneath our knees. You could use the blocks over your hands. The important thing is to just move slowly. Separating the feet apart just a little bit and making sure that the anal mouth is facing the bolster.
The abdomen making that gentle bowl shape as it pacifies towards the lower back. And then placing the blocks, turning them over. Feeling that spiral in the arms. The little pinkies moving towards the thumbs and the eyelids closing. Shavasana.
Placing the blocks on the floor and pressing the palms together in front of the chest. May we know our own worthiness. May we rest in our own sacredness. Om. Peace. 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 And rolling over. Smoothly, softly, gently. The eyelids opening. Taking a moment to just describe the mind state right now that's being experienced. And then pushing ourselves back out. And welcome back. Good job. Our practice is complete. And taking the energy, the cleanliness, the neutralness, the goodness of this into our lives. Namaste. Hope we practice again together soon. Take care.